and, you know, trying to get authentic dialogue going. I will tell you, I'm so thrilled with that now, with what's happening, you know, in terms of the actual dialogue, that's making things move along there. But that, anytime you're dealing with an entity, you know, people reify either side of it. Well, this side is all like this, or this side, but you really have to almost blast a hole and say, no, this is our end game here. We got to figure out a way to do this. So I guess what I would hate to see is, you know, these are really good suggestions. I mean, they basically could, and I don't mean to, I'm not demeaning them. I just think they're so clear. There's you know, what is it? Occam's razor. You know, the best, the clearest solution or explanation is usually the simplest. You know, the most, and duh. You know, duh. So if there's a way to really consider that and not table it, not put it to committee somewhere, but you know, look at those and see how they reflect requests in a general sense from the community, because that is the kind of transparency that needs to happen. Yeah, Randy, you want to say something?
No, I was just sustaining in my mind what you were saying. Okay, in particular, searching for that self-awareness in the process.
Yes.
Okay, and that's something that probably is one thing that is the most surprising when you join this group, is that you do need to become adept at that.
Yes.
Because it's not in one spot. Any issue is not in one spot for any lengthy period of time.
Right.
And to continue engaging with the community positively, you got to work at keeping up and keeping everybody informed.
Well, and I have said this to each of you individually during the years. I mean, okay, if I am on these high heels, I jump up and down right now. Very rarely do I tell a client what I think they must do, but this is, I'm going to, you know, tell me I'm crazy again, but I think it is, you need to have 5 almost immediate town hall meetings, you know, listening sessions in each of the cities. And in the community in the city. Like if you, when you do Richmond, don't do it here. You know, go someplace, you and I talked about this, you know, and you know best in each of you where in the city. But this is the reified board, you know, it changes that. Go out in the community. You know, if you want me to facilitate, I don't care, but you need to have a Spanish speaker, translator there who does simultaneous translation, both of the question and of the answer, because that's also something that, and you need to go out to the African American community. No African Americans on this board, and you're going to get a lot of disengagement.
And that's part of us being self-aware of that.
Yep.
And knowing that that's something we would be self-aware with every community. For example, if there's nobody from Hercules, there's nobody from Pinole on this board. We must be very self-aware and building extra relationship with folks, because that's important.
And those are 2 activist communities, quietly activist, but they are. I used to live in Hercules for 13 years, so you know, so you want to know what the pulse is. The other thing is, you know, so I would recommend that you do, you know, 5 of those like within the next 30 days, and 2-hour sessions. You don't need longer than that, and in the evening so people can come. And you know, anyway, that's a strong suggestion. I'd love to get, because the human brain works best in rules of 3. Can we agree on 3 guiding principles as a board that you're, in terms of engagement, you know, with each other, how you're going to interact with each other? What 3 principles can we coalesce around? And then these ought to be published. I mean, we have, you know, media, so it will be, but you know what I mean. They ought to be published by you all.
Just a point of clarification. I wanted to spend some time talking about the agenda and how things get on the agenda and what kinds of.
You mean the weekly
board
agenda?
meetings
Okay.
and who decides what's on the agenda and how that's done. And so is that different from what we're talking about?
We can talk about it right now. That's fine.
Because maybe a discussion of that will actually bring us closer to everything that we discussed.
So let me.
And then I just wanted to say one thing about the handbook, which I think is a great idea. I know other districts have Google handbooks, and maybe you got some from your training, but I know I could get a hold of at least one to use in our building our own handbook. But I love the idea.
The only thing I'm going to say about the handbook, and I haven't said this to you yet, is I think it's a great idea, but rules can be used two ways. They can be used to manipulate power, which we've seen on past boards. They can be used to hide behind, as opposed to having authentic conversation. Or either you're self-speaking authentically, or the person who controls the meeting, I'm not just looking at you, I mean, whoever, well, of course, you have the gavel most of the time, one of the two of you, but, stifling the direction. So, I think it's great to have those rules, but let's come up with some overarching, behavioral guidelines. Okay, that's great. But let's, I think your idea is, because that's been a hot topic, is how things is agendized a word, a verb? Yeah. Is it really? Or is it like Google? I mean, is it? Yeah, well, we're gonna use it, okay.
So I guess I'd also like to talk about what kinds of things do we put on our agendas? Like, which is a little bit separate from how do those things get on the agenda. And I don't know which one comes first, but I would say that I feel a little like disenfranchised or like a little bit infantilized because I have to go, I can't put something on the agenda very easily. But maybe that's just my assumption.
I would work it, I've been clear, but if I'm not, it's fine. The process has been in the past is to submit ideas to Bruce, generally, or the president.
So this is my own lack of understanding of the process, and I'm infantilized this a little too strong, but I think, just to jump in with a specific idea, is that it would be nice if we had a rotating board member be on the agenda committees along with the three of you. You know, have the president, the superintendent, the clerk, one week, and then rotating members. And I don't know if that would feel wrong to people. It was just an idea so that more people could be part of the process.
Well, we talked about the succession policy for those positions too, but
I was just thinking about that, that we in the setting session, having it open to more of us. Is there a reason why that would be a bad idea?
or just it'd have to be two members.
Yeah, we can't have food brown.
Because it's around there.
Oh, okay, so could it be, I feel bad because this sort of makes your presence less frequent, but if it were one of us instead of
Film
you,
time, don't worry about it.
if it were like the president and Dr. Harder and one of the rotating board members, would that violate the law?
It would be, they'd have to change their bylaws.
Yeah, you have to.
Because the clerk is, that's the position of the clerk. Is always, clerk and the president.
Or maybe that's not, I'm not saying, I'd like to hear why that's a good or not a
I
good
was gonna
idea.
say, maybe some research on it, and you get an opportunity to observe, how it in fact does function.
Right.
And then in fact, what would help, the board to function more smoothly in those areas.
Right.
That would be wonderful, because that's something, as things change, okay? Nobody wants another meeting for no reason.
Right.
So I would be concerned if you're not feeling like you have access.
And maybe that's another.
That's the issue, it sounds like. If the board is like, you don't feel like you have access to being able to place things on the agenda right now.
Well, I guess when you and I talk about putting something on the agenda, I just don't know when it's gonna come up. So I don't think, oh, well, in 3 sessions, we're gonna do this, or this is gonna happen the next time,
Yeah, I guess that kind of feedback.
So like if you say, oh, we could put that on the agenda, and then I just kind of wait.
Okay, and that's, so that would be a process where I would talk to Dr. Harder probably about any specific members, or if you introduce something to Bruce. Generally, I defer the superintendent to put a lot of stuff on the agenda because it's counted.
Okay,
He's
yeah,
where they're
yeah,
counted.
yeah. So that's maybe a good starting place to find out, talk about how they get on the agenda now.
Let's talk about that. Can you summarize it?
Yeah.
Well, the agenda comes out of planning and cabinet. We say about 6 or 8 months ahead, we know that we have some things that we legally have to do, we know that there's some things that we do at every